The whole thing starts with a 3D model that we purchased from the Geological Survey, National Geological Survey, of a specific mountain within the Canadian Rockies, Mount Peachey, which is quite close to the Bow Glacier, where the water source for the city comes from. When we started it, we didn't know how ultimately we were going to make it. And we were introduced to a product called ductile, which is a very, very high-performing, super strong concrete produced by Lafarge. And when they heard that we were developing a sculpture of this scale in Calgary, and we knew that it would probably be made of some sort of concrete material, they came forward and introduced us to this product. We started to experiment with it and realize what the challenges were, how viscous it was, how heavy it is. It creates tremendous forces on any molds. And so the design that was originally based on this digital topographical map of Mount Peachey in the Rockies had to be adapted to the reality of the materials that we're working with. We knew that because the material also sets up very rapidly, we had to build the molds to a size that we could pour within a certain limited amount of time. And so 2 feet was the maximum amount of depth that we could comfortably pour into. So the model, this topo, was then sliced up into 2-foot sections horizontally. And then we made a full scale, what is it, 2 kilometers? 2 kilometers of plans. And those plans are then transferred from the original full-scale drawings onto blocks of foam like the ones that you see back there. So, but the thing is, the overall shape of the sculpture is tapered from top to bottom, which means that each one of those 2-foot sections is tapered from top to bottom. So how do you account for that when you're cutting the molds? You've got to get the wire through a block of foam, and in some cases that block of foam is 2 foot thick. And so you've got one person standing on one side of the block, and another person standing on the other side of the block, and a third person standing between the two people, and that person is reading the coordinates on the line. So the surface of this thing is very, very activated and beautiful, and it satisfied that need that I had for the project, that it wasn't a simulation, that the marks that you see there are residual markings from its making.